to the freshest match in the bottom right. It is our Terran. Oh my god, the music is so loud. That's not that loud in comparison. Alright, anyways. It is telling his race as a random player. How respectable. Especially for a less experienced player. It is Kilroy, the only one of 2 players in this game who is making any actions whatsoever. His opponent, who is asleep at the wheel, is Abzukin. Or something like that. It looks like he's back in action. 30-second handicap, only fair if you're up against a random player who has to tell all 3 races. Okay. So, Kilroy will be getting that advantage. Of course, he doesn't know about it. Looks like he's going to be going for the gas first. Get that tech up. And he does seem to have some semblance of a reasonable build here. Let's see how long it takes for it to go off the rails. On the other side, we got Abzukin doing the same thing just 30 seconds later. So following in his footsteps. Will we start a barracks? He's going for the double gas before barracks, which is a bold move. We don't usually see it at the higher level of play. We don't see it utilized as often because it's really bad. But of course we have on the other side a classic engineering bay wall at the front. So he knows he's up against Terran. He was the random player. But all Terran units are ranged. So creating walls against Terran units is usually does more harm than good. But the engineering bay at the front, so at least he has it. Okay, 1 in each gas over here. The barracks has begun, a full barracks build time later than that of Kilroy. A factory is on the way as he works his way through the tech tree. Abzukin, he's going to 3 out of 3 in gas as well. It seems he has a plan. Unfortunately, that plan doesn't involve spending his surplus of 1,000 minerals right now. But it's a work in progress. Kind of like his barracks at the 2.5 minute mark when his opponent just finished his factory. And is making a Widow Mine. So, the engineering bay is at the front. He built it. He's not making any turrets. He hasn't scouted anything. He's not doing anything with it, but he has it. It's important to have it and not need it rather than need it and not have it. It looks like Abzukin is going to be a gold digger and drop down his command center, getting rid of half of his surplus. He's got a factory on the way as well. No units yet. The SCV's having a little bit of a get-together on one of the mineral patches, and then everybody going back to work real quick when the boss comes. As we see both these players rocking out at nearly 1 action per second. So, blazing fast. We've got +1 attack on the way. He's going to have +1 for his 8 to 10 Marines if he keeps this up. So those are going to be some pretty badass Marines. A siege tank will be produced as soon as this command center unsupply blocks him. Will we see the planetary? And, of course, why didn't I think of this? He's banked up enough for the double starport. The Sky Terran opener. A very bold move. With the high-sec auto-tracking kicker. Getting high-sec auto-tracking before even getting anything that can use high-sec auto-tracking. His tracking is so high-sec, I couldn't even have predicted this. Okay? It's so next level. He's... Well, that... I mean, once those depots are finished, he's going to be making such efficient use of his space. Because, you know, if you think of Abzukin, you think of one thing. Efficiency. As, does he know you can... There's a fusion core. There's a lot of scans coming out from both sides. Kilroy getting a beat on what's going down. And he drops the depots down. Really maximizing this. It's not like he was hurting for space, but it's good to get in the habit of it, okay? as he works his way to the battlecruiser tech, a fusion core and an armory. The is one Marine into fusion core armory gold base build with high sec auto tracking. It's a strong bluff. If there were literally any units that attacked in the first 5 minutes, he could have died. If a single unit from his opponent, like a Hellion or a Cyclone or, God forbid, 5 Marines, had showed up in the first 5 minutes, he would have been in trouble. But with the mind hacks he knew his opponent would not be able to utilize, he is safe. And he's about to start his battlecruiser production. As Kilroy has scouted everything but the main base where all the action is. He doesn't know about the gold. He doesn't know about the battlecruisers. He doesn't know about anything else. We got the double bunker on the way, which will allow each of his Marines to have some nice living space to spread out in. Always about that comfortable working environment for the Marines, of course. Looks like we have a Viking scouting across. Kilroy is building the something resembling a Marine tank force. As the action continues, both these players mentally losing hundreds, if not thousands of resources. Literally not so much. But the tension is mounting, and sometimes that is more stressful than losing any units. So, not usually, but sometimes. So, but not usually. He does have a gold base. Unfortunately, he's not moved any SCVs down there, but he's going to work his count up. We do have the 2 Viking hit squad as the TPM begins to raise in the first battlecruiser at the 7.5 minute mark. How many turrets are we on right now? 7. He's reached 1 TPM. He's going to reach above that 1 marker. And we're going to see 1.1, 1.2 TPM, so he's on point with that. Turrets per minute, of course, for the uninitiated. On the other side, the TPM woefully lacking. Only 1 or 2 turrets around here. Yeah. Instead opting for the bunkers, unfortunately, he barely has enough units to even put in the bunkers he has made. As the tension continues to mount. The Vikings slip around the back. Still have not seen the gold base. The sensor tower range does extend quite far. 6 more turrets are on the way. The TPM skyrocketing now. We're looking towards 2 with 6 more on the production tab. The Vikings could drop down and do critical damage. They won't. Instead, they will be taken out by the high-sec auto-tracking turrets, but they could have. So the threat was there. It was removed, but it was there. Never forget. And he's up to 2 TPM now. We're reaching towards 3. He's put a ring on it right now, a turret ring. We got a couple more on the way. As he continues to build his defenses, his opponent, woefully unaware of the going-ons. I don't even know if that's a real word. Of Absukin. As he builds up this biotank force. Still, of course, opting to be defensive, not understanding that a Widow Mine does not occupy a watchtower while burrowed, but he's got that covered. Really a big fan of walling off. We're up to 23 turrets. We're almost at 3 TPM. 3 TPM is reaching that high percentile. I would say less than 10% of these games get to 3. I believe the record is about 10, but that was a very extenuating circumstance. Oh, he's up to 26 turrets. He's got 2 battle cruisers, but it's much more important to prioritize those static defenses than making units of any kind. As he... Oh, my God. We're up to 29. High-sec auto-tracking on the other side as well. As both sides... The arms race... Oh, a tactical jump in the back! 3 kills on one of these cruisers. Looks like the Marines will come back. They have stim. They have 1-1. They have combat shields. But will they be enough to deal with the battle cruisers? The battle cruisers have no upgrades. He could stim down to deal with this. The command center taking critical damage. He could stop this. There's the stim. Tactical jump still over half on cooldown. He's trying to retreat. He's got a good positioning. The BCs are... I can't... Okay, I can zoom out a little. We'll switch an angle. Looks like 1 cruiser will fall. But they do outrange the Marines by that much. The 1 Viking working away at it. The command center will burn. But the repair comes out. Even dropping a mule to make sure. And 1. 2 more cruisers on the other side. There's more where that came from. Kilroy might be ahead. 119 to 66 if you look at the supply. But that never means anything in these matches. It could all go wrong in a single engagement, in a single exchange. He runs into a planetary and 74 fucking turrets. Well, then suddenly a lot of that supply is no longer. The Raven getting real up close and personal with this battle cruiser, and then realizing maybe it's not his type. Ooh, the point defense drone will prevent the shots, but not actually do any damage, because that's not how point defense drones work. And will be timed out. But the orbital command, Kilroy, very stressed during this, building up 2,500 minerals, only now going back to production. We do have weapon refit to outfit those Yamato cannons. The stim comes out. The battlecruiser trying to escape. Tactical jump is online. He could jump. He does. All the way back to safety. A last-second escape from the clutches of Kilroy. The SCVs have decided to hold a convention, and after reaching an accord, will create more command centers and more blue mineral jobs for working SCVs. Unfortunately, one of them is queued up to build that, so we've got a long-term plan. Oh my god, as the turret ring continues to encircle Abzukin's base, rather. Alright, it is 43 to 30 non-workers. Of course, a lot of those workers are employed in construction work rather than mining over on Abzukin's side, but that's neither here nor there. Kilroy has a strong conventional army, but is he equipped to deal with the defenses of Abzukin? We will see, as it looks like he's prepared to move out. He's got money in the bank, he's got tanks, he's got upgrades, and he's got a dream. Alright. Kilroy looking almost ready to attack. We're getting there. I heard something load up. He's now filled up his bunkers with unupgraded Marines, so that happened. We got 2 orbitals. Will this be a planetary? Looks like the mining will continue. The battlecruiser count has reached 3. We're going to 4 as well. No upgrades, but they do have Yamato cannon. We'll see if he uses it. A handful of Vikings, several medevacs, plenty of bio and tanks of Kilroy is bearing down on the Terran at half the supply, but almost quintuple. Is that the right word? No. Octupling the turret count. Close enough. He's decided to take a breather on the left side here. May have lost some of his direction as he expands to 2 different locations. Let's go to the Kilroy action cam. Brought to you by Del Taco. Del Taco, for when you want Taco Bell, but you don't know where the nearest one is or it's closed, and you want some salmonella. Del Taco, sponsoring Kilroy and all 50 APM players. He's going to slowly work his way down. The planetary is being repaired, but not before knocking out 16 of the Bioforce. 3 more command centers are on the way for Abzukin, bringing him almost to double digits. On the other side, 2 more command centers, so not to be outdone. The fleet has been called in. But is this the fight he wants or the fight he needs right now? Alright, do we have any Yamato cannons ready to be used? I mean, Yamato cannon is ready to be used. But will he use it or will he lose it? 2 shots going out. The Vikings will be removed from the sky. The other one's badly bruised. As he quickly and deftly, I like that. That's a good word. Maneuvers the battle cruisers. What a deft and maneuverable unit a battle cruiser is. Really maximizing it right now. Couple tanks on the high ground. The bunker is actually helping out. The tanks will not siege. Kilroy, is he about to run up a ramp into multiple siege tanks? Well, run is a strong word. For lose everything without actually making any actions. He's now expanded to most of his side of the map. One by one, we will move forward. There are no battle cruisers in production. Tanks serving their purpose. 5 cruisers now. We can see some Yamatos on the tanks, or maybe the Vikings. We'll see. Tank shots continuing to slam home. There goes a tank. Encroaching on sovereign territory. Another shot going out. Removing the siege. As Kilroy is brought to 128 supply against 64. Nothing in production for Abzukin. He has pulled every single SCV. He actually has 0 income. Every single SCV is now on the clock repairing. It looks like he's finally realized maybe I should have income at any point. Kilroy is moving down. He knows he can take down these rocks. He's struggling to figure out how. We do have the stim coming out. Unfortunately, most of the Marines have been obliterated here. As Kilroy, in a series of unfortunate events, has lost a significant amount of his resources. Oh, we have a jump! A jump to the back! And he hasn't been producing. All of his sights and all of his efforts have been focused on the front. And suddenly, the battle cruisers, with the most tactical of all tactical jumps, are in the back of the base. It's 76 to 100 supply. There are only 8 Vikings and 10 Marines that can actually hit these battle cruisers. All the SCVs were taken out. We're in a battle cruiser base trade, as all the depots are going to go down as well. The orbital looks like it's going to burn. He's almost mined out. Of course, he has like 17 other command centers. Last 1 ship weapons is on the way. As we see the battle cruisers just going for whatever they can really hit. I'm not sure there's too much of a thought process. More cruisers are in production. The SCV count 20 to 39. Kilroy looks like he'll set his sights on aggressive intentions here. He might run up a ramp into siege tanks again. Once again, run. Before you can run, you must crawl. Before you can crawl, you have to not be killed in the cradle by fucking siege tanks. As he loses another 20 supply trying to go up that ramp. The units are all rallied across. He's got a Thor is here. But he's going to turn around and try to save his homeland, which is being ransacked slowly by the battlecruisers of Abzukin. The depots are being taken out. Fortunately for Kilroy, he has lost so much supply, he will not be supply blocked for a long while. Here come, that's a lot. That's a lot of Marines. The battlecruisers are strong, but they jump away. So deft. So very deft. And we can start it all again with the next jump. Absukin holding on to his 7 command centers and 1 mining base. Getting a little bit crowded. He's got plenty of scans. He sees the gold. He sees the army. He sees what he needs to do. As Kilroy continues to build everything but units that kill battlecruisers, he's going for random turrets, another starport, and SCVs. So, we will see. If he just flies the cruisers across, he can always jump back at any time then. The jump is almost off cooldown. He will be clearing out his bases. He has plenty of command centers to expand with. He just has to make sure he has locations to expand to. Alright, Kilroy continuing to stretch out across. Still not making any Marines. Still, all of his production facilities are idle with 2,700 minerals in the bank. So, obviously suffering from some bureaucratic indecision. Making more starports without building off the 3-star... Oh, there we go. I mean, battlecruisers have been wrecking him all game, so what better choice but to make battlecruisers. So, that is what's happening. As he now has every base on his side of the map. Well, he lost the back one, but you get the idea. Both these players rocking out at nearly 120 APM combined, but Absukin looks like he's had a mild stroke with 0 actions at the moment. And he's back. He's back in action. Let's go to the Absukin action cam. This cam brought to you by Diabetes. That's what it said on the screen. I don't know. He's going to get 2 more armories to not upgrade his units 3 times as hard.
Resubscription confirmed.
Thank you for the sub.
Automatically relaying. Thanks.
We got scans all over. We're at the checkout line. The cruiser count growing to dangerous levels. As Kilroy building his own. The fleets will clash eventually. As he, oh my Jesus, drops a few mules. So, oh my God. Can we hit 5,000? Okay, well. So his income has grown. Unfortunately, you can't mule mine gas, but I'm sure he'll use these minerals to definitely not just build like 7 more command centers. I'm sure that's what he won't do in this scenario. I mean, honestly... Okay, has he seen the cruisers yet? There's a scan. And another... Okay, let's go to the cam. He sees this base. And another base. And another one. Sees the starports as well. You see him... You see the wheels turning right now. Not sure he's invented the wheel yet, but if he has, they would be turning. And he is building those upgrades. He's using his triple up... Kilroy with the counter scans. The counter intelligence. He scans again. Oh, he scans for the gold. He catches the back end of those cruisers moving out. And moves to intercept. And then stops after about 3 feet. Winded. There's another scan. I'm not sure. Ooh, the battle cruisers with the beautiful scan dodge. Another scan. I have no idea who's scanning who, but at this point, just use your imagination. Oh, he scans forward. He realizes where the cruisers need to go, what they need to do. And now, the phone is ringing. Okay. That means we have to ask the question. Who called in the fleet? Out go the Armados. The turrets are swept away. The gas guys are never stood a chance. The orbital will lift, but it won't get very far, as the batteries gun it down from the skies. We do have the response coming in, a lot of Marines, but he still has the jump ready. Will he use any more? Will he fight? Or will he jump? Oh, he jumps in! He dropped the mules to repair, but then quickly realized repair wasn't really in the cards right now. Losing a single battle cruiser in that exchange. But his opponent is continuing to produce at a rapid pace, outstripping his own. 4 battle cruisers on the way now, as Kilroy finally solidifies his hold on the means of production. We do have 2 on the way, using most of the gas that Absukin has left. We have, I'm going to say this without even knowing what they are. Tell me, you can play along with me. But what are those upgrades? Let's play, what are those upgrades? We have +2 ship weapons, Corvid reactor, +2 mech weapons, recalibrated explosives, improved afterburners, high-capacity fuel tanks, and advanced ballistics for the Zero and Neosteel frame. There you go. Corvid reactor for Raven energy, recalibrated explosives for Seeker missiles. He doesn't have any Ravens. High-capacity fuel tanks for the Zero medevacs and advanced ballistics for the Liberator range. He also has 0 Liberators, but he's just in case. Neosteel frame, of course, is for bunker capacity and armor. Oh, the Yamatos are coming out. He's fighting the rocks, though. He's caught between a rock and a hard place. The Yamatos come home. Ooh, another cruiser going down as Absukin with his incredible battlecruiser control. The bio units once again struggling in the location they were previously, and somehow Absukin is still trying to hold on. There is Yamato cannon out of Kilroy, but he has yet to use it. So many units are going down. He's lost 24,421 resources so far. 5 times that of what his opponent has. But unfortunately for Absukin, his opponent has mined at least 5 times as much. So Hyperflight rotors, cloaking field, Terran building armor. He's punching off the entire bingo card of random-ass Starport Tech Lab upgrades and engineering bay. Yeah, let's add another bunker. A bunker is going to save the day. We got some more scans coming out from, I assume, both sides. As Absukin has not very much mining, but he does have battle cruisers, so he's not going to be a battle loser at the end of the day. At this point, Kilroy, I believe, has as many. It's 9-9 cruisers with plenty of other assorted anti-air. The very sneaky battle cruiser, I was going to say counterattack, but they just kind of stopped. So the scans continue to come out. One of his many command centers. These minerals have been exhausted. Of course, I don't think minerals are what he's hurting for so much right now. As Absukin holds back, more scans are coming out. The base has been taken. Kilroy can just lean on his production. Is it time to move out again? He's expanding now to the other side of the map as well. We got 1-1 coming out. I mean, if he could just build a ton of Marines, I don't really think it's in the cards, but if he could build an overwhelming number of Marines, I guess he could build 100 Marines right now and fill out his supply. But will he? As Kilroy now maxed out, adding additional command centers. The fleet moves across the map. I think this could be the end, as there's 2 Marines in production and nothing else here for our Blue Terran hero. There are plenty of Vikings. 3-3 upgrades are on the way. More battle cruisers now. Well, even battle cruisers. And Marines on the deck. How can Kilroy lose this fight? I say, with very limited conviction. He's now expanding directly into his opponents. Are we going to see Yamato cannons? Will he jump away? The Vikings are smattering forward. The high-sec auto-tracking turrets are helping out. We see Yamatos coming out of Absukin here. No Yamatos out of Kilroy. The battlecruisers are being obliterated by the Yamato cannons. They're being swept from the sky. More shots are coming out. It looks like the Vikings will hold on. The turrets are helping out. The jump away. The Vikings wanting their piece of the action. Unfortunately, they're just going to find turret missiles in their face. It looks like Absukin, once again, just barely, is going to be able to hold on. Kilroy has 4 battlecruisers in production, but grasping defeat from the inevitable jaws of victory. Kilroy once again demonstrating the worst possible way in order to fight any of these engagements. He's building 4 more cruisers, but he lost 8 to his opponent's 2. The units lost tab tells quite a story, as we see there. So, but I mean, at some point, does it matter? Now, if Kilroy manages to mine out 4 to 5 more bases and still not kill his opponent, well, then Absukin has a possibility to win. But Kilroy has taken, let's say, 12 bases thus far to 3. So we got plenty of medevacs here. Unfortunately for him, at this rate, he's probably going to have about as many medevacs as he has Marines, which is maybe not the ideal choice. Alright, we got the turrets coming up. He's got 8,600 minerals in the bank. He has... it would be great for him if he could build, like, 1 refinery and mine any gas, but let's not get too crazy here. Alright, the Marines are coming down to defend the 3rd base at the 33-minute mark. The Neo-Steel frame bunkers holding it down at the front. We do have a drop. Unfortunately, it looks like it's going to go into the most heavily defended location. Despite the fact he does have high-capacity fuel tanks, there is a planetary right outside his front door. Is he going to drop into the area he just cleared out, showing some mild form of self-preservation? I don't even know if Absukin has made his way... Oh, it does look like he will. And the turrets can barely reach the edge of these medevacs. They will be taken out. Unfortunately, I'm not sure if these units are quite a match for the battlecruisers. He will Yamato, apparently Marines and Marauders for the most part, but yeah, like 7 Marines are not going to take out these BCs. Well, as Kilroy continues... Oh, but the fusion core, he has no gas to rebuild it, but then again, he also has no gas to build any battle cruisers, so not as important as one might think. As now realizing maybe I should mine gas at any point, is our Blue Terran hero making 6 SCVs at a time. This one Marine going hard in the paint. Deep behind enemy lines, but somehow still alive. It looks like we will bring completely over overwhelming and unrelenting force to bear. Alright, so Kilroy, after losing 35,000 resources to his opponent's 9,200, finally looks like he's cracked a hole in the aerial defenses. And will he be able to punch through? Thors, unfortunately, can't jump up cliffs. Not sure what's up with that. That just seems like poor design. And I mean, will we see some Yamatos coming out? The Vikings doing their best to die before ever engaging in a fight. The Yamatos are coming out. The battle cruiser's being blasted. Not a single cruiser has gone down, whereas every single one and all the Vikings from Abzukin will fall. Alright, but now he's out here. He could jump away. He might need to. The Javelin missiles are coming out. He barely has enough gas to even repair. Most of the Yamatos, I think every single Yamato has been used. As now Kilroy up to 41,300 resources lost. 5 battle cruisers on the way. If at first you don't succeed, you are a failure. So let's continue down that road, he says. Most of the gas being used to repair on this side. Once he gets the Yamatos off cooldown, he might be able to deal with these Thor. As Kilroy now has the entire map besides a single base of Abzukin, which has not been mined from yet, but still unable to break these impenetrable defenses. There is no fusion core to rebuild battlecruisers, but all of his money is being used to repair the ones he has. So, fun fact for you quick StarCraft tip, repair does not cost 1-to-1. Repair costs 25% of the cost it took to build a unit. For example, a Whittle Mine, or even better, a supply depot costs 100 minerals to build. If it's at 1 HP and you repair it up to full, it costs you right around 25 minerals. The same can be said for gas. So it's always cheaper to repair than rebuild. It's not 1-to-1, it's 1-to-4. As the Yamatos through these turrets, they do have building armor, right? But the cruisers blast right through. The Thor is desperately coming back to defend. One jumps away. Beautiful battlecruiser micro as the Thors struggle forward. As Kilroy, I mean, he's been too big to fail for a while, but fail he has. We're in high impact mode now with the Thors for that direct damage, which is much better against the battlecruisers. The turret defenses are being rebuilt, but maybe a little bit too little and maybe a little bit too late. Oh, the jump was already used on some of these. He's trying to make bunkers on the edge, but the cruisers are starting to fall. And it finally looks like this engagement will be the one that ends the battle cruisers. We've got... Wait, did he just jump to the same location? He just dodged a few shots, but in the end, is it going to even matter? The high impact shots coming through. As it does seem like Kilroy has reached that point. Yamato cannon for the first time being triggered. Shots coming out on the turrets. Counter Yamatos, but the numbers just don't add up. He's retreating. I guess he's trying to get to his Thors. He's scanning mostly his own base. As we'll see how long... I think he's broken his back. Abzukin does not have the ability to produce anything more, but we'll see how much longer he goes. After 46,000 resources have been lost here, he jumps the cruisers away. More Yamatos are coming out, but at some point, he will leave without a GG. Looks like he was a battle loser after all.